have breaking news this morning. More developments in the Middle East. Israel confirming the deaths of the Hamas military leader in a strike in Gaza. It all comes as tensions between pro-Palestinian protesters and Israel supporters flared and led to police arresting 6 people. That happened last night in Times Square. Good day's Lissette Nunez in Times Square this morning with everything that's happening. Lissette, what's going on?
Hey, good morning, Dan. Well, Mohammed Deif has been described as the number 2 for Hamas, and the IDF had their eyes set on him. He helped create the military wing for Hamas, and he is believed to be one of the masterminds behind the October 7th attack. Here at home, we did see some of the protests get heated. At one point, one of the protesters brought out a bottle of pepper spray, and children got hurt. Overnight, the IDF confirming that Hamas's military wing leader Mohammed Deif was killed in an airstrike in Gaza. Israel targeted him during a strike on July 13th. Hamas denied he was killed. But now the IDF says following an intelligence assessment, they have confirmed Deif's death. Here at home, protests in Times Square taking a turn as pro-Israel and pro-Palestinian demonstrators were seen clashing. One of the protesters appeared to use pepper spray after a liquid was thrown on her. Police officers then took her away. This comes after hours earlier, a speech was made by a former spokesperson for the IDF in Midtown. Protesters from both sides also gathering at that event. This unfolding as unrest in the Middle East continues to grow after back-to-back assassinations. Hamas's leader Ismail Haniyeh was killed by an airstrike after he met with Iran's supreme leader and the country's new president. Hamas blames Israel for the deadly attack. Prime Minister Netanyahu vowed to continue going after his country's enemies, saying that Israel hit Iran and its proxies on 3 different fronts over the past several days, but did not take responsibility for the death of Haniyeh.
There are challenging days ahead of us. Since the attack in Beirut, threats have been heard from all sides. We are prepared for any scenario and will stand united and determined against any threat.
Israel did carry out a strike in Lebanon that killed a top Hezbollah military commander, which they say is responsible for the weekend rocket attack that killed 12 children playing at a soccer field in Israel. As fears of a widespread war grow, U.S. officials say they are still working on reaching a ceasefire deal between Israel and Hamas and release the remaining hostages.
It's profoundly in the interest of trying to put things on a better path, not only in Gaza, but actually throughout the region, because so much is tied to what's happening in Gaza right now.
So Delta and United, they've already canceled flights to Tel Aviv, at least for the foreseeable future. They have issued waivers to their passengers. They say they're going to continue to reassess the situation, and then once it is deemed safe, they're going to go ahead and resume service. That's the latest here from Times Square. Dan will send things back inside.
Uncertain days ahead. Thank you very much, Lissette.